Hey guys, it's Danny here. My video is super late this time, but been kind of busy with work and getting things situated. Um, I don't even know how long it's been on T anymore, to be honest, but I am getting some mustache hairs. Feel like the voice drops, and sometimes it fluctuates and I get a little squeaky. Muscle mass is bigger and I've been gaining weight like crazy, but that could be because I'm not eating the best, but I'm eating everything because I'm hungry all the time. The libido's kind of leveled out. I'm not crazy about that. I have gotten super bad back knee, so there's that. And all my fat is moving to the front into this cool like double chin thing. So there's that. Yeah. Other than that, I take another shot Wednesday, so I'll be able to tell you more what like my time period is. I think we're approaching 3 months on T, if not more. This week though, I think I'll talk about fertility. I put on Facebook, me and my wife are expecting twin boys come July, which is pretty freaking exciting and terrifying. This will be my first little infants. She had two from a previous relationship, which they're cool, love them back there. But this will be my first like infant experience, and that's kind of terrifying. But people have been asking me how we went through that process. I know in an earlier video I mentioned postponing taking testosterone so I could take estrogen to help get my eggs ready, because what we did is in vitro, where we took my eggs, fertilized them in a lab, and then planted them in Holly. So I took like female hormones for about 3 weeks, which is the worst experience of my life. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but it was out of control. Yeah, 3 weeks. They went up, took my eggs. They got a total of 12. Six fertilized, and then 4 ended up being good. So we went with 2. We put 2 in there because Holly wanted a better chance of getting pregnant. I thought that was nuts, because if they both took, then we'd have 2 babies. Surprise, surprise, now we do. Anyway, but she's had to take like hormones like for 12 plus weeks, so 3 or more months. And at the end of the first trimester, after we found out she was pregnant and stuff, we stopped doing injections, which that was terrible. Like, one, she can't give them herself because she'll pass out, but like I had to give them. And then after a while, I don't know if you know this, but if you use the same injection shot, you get this cool little like scar tissue cartilage buildup. So anytime you put a needle in there, it crunches. So gross. But yeah, so that's the route we took. She still has to take hormones, and she's considered a high-risk pregnancy due to there being 2 babies, it being in vitro, and her age. But that's the route we took. For those of you out there that are thinking about it, before you start T, I would recommend doing the process where you freeze your eggs. You don't even have to fertilize them or anything, just get them out of there and freeze them if you ever think you might want kids from your DNA. I only say that because starting testosterone and then having to stop and take estrogen would be the only scenario I can think of that would make taking estrogen in itself just 10 times worse. So I was lucky enough that I had a doctor that told me that and was pretty honest with me and said that it looked really rough for those that started the process and then had to stop. So also with in vitro, and I'm sure people know this, but super expensive. I had to take out a loan to cover it, and it's almost like having a car payment. It's terrible. So if that is what you're looking for, be prepared for that. But yeah, there are still questions I have, which I meet with my doctor at the end of this month, and I'll be able to do it. But one of the questions that came up from my wife actually were like, when they're born, since they're my DNA, but she's having them, will both our names go on the birth certificate? So I had to consult a friend who her and her wife had a baby, and she said, yeah, it wasn't a problem. Both our names went on the birth certificate. So the only problem I could foresee us running into is if I wanted my name in the father spot, because legally I am still female, and I believe South Dakota passed these really cool bills where even if I went through the whole process, I would still have to put my birth at gender on all my stuff. My birth at gender. My gender at birth. That was really weird. But yeah. So, there's that process. Like I said, I recommend any trans guy if you want babies in the future, or even, I don't know, if you're thinking about it, maybe. And if you freeze your eggs and you don't end up using them, you can always donate them to a couple that needs them, which I thought was awesome, because I would have loved it if someone donated it to us, because that was terrible. But I'm sure in 6 months when our little baby boys are here, I won't care. But yeah, so thanks guys, sorry it was so late. I will see you actually before the end of this week. Have a good one.